This is the world of Gielinor, which is home to one of the best MMORPG games in existence, old school RuneScape. RuneScape has many quests, bosses, PvM, and PvP content for players to explore, and is notorious for its scaling experience mechanics, which make this game an absolute grind. We can toss that out the window because for the next 8 weeks, all of that changes with the introduction of Leagues 4 Trailblazer Reloaded. So if you're not aware of what Leagues is, you're right there with me because this is my first time participating in Leagues. That said, I did a bit of research and found out that Leagues is basically still RuneScape. However, there are dedicated worlds to play on, all accounts are Ironman restricted, and you complete tasks to earn points which are used to unlock relics and additional regions. More on that later. Oh, and the XP rates are absolutely cracked. All accounts start in the Tirannwn and Tirannwn region. However, as you complete those tasks I mentioned, you are able to select up to an additional 3 regions to add to your map. With the background on Leagues set, I wanted to break down what my goals are going into the Leagues tournament. Number 1 is to have fun exploring the buffed game mode. If you didn't know, I enjoy putting myself through some of RuneScape's most click-intensive, obscure grinds by applying extreme restrictions to my accounts, like clicking a jail door for 50 hours for 3 XP per click. Never mind that. I think it'll be fun to try to speedrun through the mid-level content and experiment with some of the later game content. Expanding on that, I have a few pieces of late game PvM content that I'd really like to test out before I get into that point on my area restricted Ironman account, but more on that later. Before getting into my planned route and relic choices, I wanted to level set expectations for my content. Bad news first. Enchanted Series episode releases will be paused until after Leagues. Listen, I game, I film, I edit, I voiceover, I edit some more, I script, and I edit even more and create thumbnails all by myself. I don't think there's enough time to do Enchanted Series Leagues and hold down a relationship, be a dog dad, and work a 9 to 5. Now for some good news. The Enchanted account progress will not be paused. I will be continuing to AFK where possible to continue progressing the account. Next, I'm not going to commit to any specific content calendar or release schedule for Leagues. It's busy season at work, and with the holidays, I will be spending time away from my computer. I will not be getting sweaty and gaming tick perfect in an attempt to get the Dragon Cup. That said, I'm going to try to increase my live stream cadence and live stream my Leagues progress. In addition, I'll be aiming to produce a Leagues progress update video every week or so. I have never played Leagues and, comparatively speaking, consider myself not to be the most knowledgeable on strategy, game mechanics, PvM, etc. So I will not be someone for you to tune into to get secret insights and strategies to speedrun League points. I will be the person for you to tune into if you enjoy entertaining, casual, hell, even lazy gameplay with some fun banter. If that's you, feel free to tune into the upcoming live streams and update videos. Okay, with that said, let's get into my route overview by reviewing my combat type, planned relics, region routing, and boss and gear goals. I will be picking the ranged combat type as I feel this combat style will pair well against the future bosses I want to practice fighting. Additionally, these regions I plan to choose will offer me a variety of gear options. Now let's talk relics. I plan to choose the Trickster relic as my tier 1 relic as I believe it will fit my gameplay style well. I enjoy AFKing during my work from home days. I loathe training, agility, and I'll need money. Trickster addresses all of these things beautifully. For the tier 2 relic, I'll be choosing the Fairy's Flight as there are far more Fairy Ring and Spirit Tree locations in the regions I plan to unlock than there are teleport locations that come from spellbooks and jewelry like in the Globetrotter relic. Tier 3 is where things get a bit unclear for me, but I'm leaning towards the Fire Sail relic as this will essentially make some skills buyable. I can see the usefulness of the Banker's Note relic, however I'm not sure I'd take advantage of this as much as I would the Fire Sail relic. Let's talk region routing and boss goals. As a reminder, everyone starts with the Tirannwn and Tirannwn areas in this league. So it's up to the individual to decide which next 3 regions they'd like to unlock. After a bit of research, I think my first move will be unlock the desert as it will offer me loads of skilling and PvM options like Temporos, Thieving Bandits, Leviathan, and Tombs of a Masked, not to mention the agility pyramid for some early game GP. Across the region, I could obtain gear including Dragon Chain, Dragon Pickaxe, and Harpoon, Masori range gear, Virtuous robes, and potentially Tumikin's Shadow. The next region I'd like to unlock would be Tirannwn. I know this might seem like a curveball, but let me explain. I want to get into this region sooner than later as I really want to focus getting reps on bosses like Gauntlet, Zulrah, and Zelcano, as these are my endgame bosses I'll be camping for extended periods of time on my region-locked Ironman account. I've yet to step foot in Periphonus on any of my accounts, so this would be all brand new content for me, and I'd love to give it a go while the risk is low. This region also includes potential upgrade to my dragon pick and harpoon into crystal tier equipment. I also have the chance to don crystal armor and potentially a bofa for the first time. The last region I'll be attempting to unlock will be the Fremennik region. I'm saving this region for last as I see it as an option to round out my gear as I can chase the Archer's Ring and Ava's Assembler. The bosses in this region are not my immediate focus as I am nearing this content on my main account, whereas unlocking Tirannwn and Prif are still quite a ways away. That said, I would love to get some practice reps in on Vorkath, the Dag Kings, and potentially Duke. If you're not convinced that this will be one hell of an entertaining and unique journey, let's check the pre-leagues selection survey results. As you can see, for the Archer's Embrace, only 20% even selected the Fremennik region, and even less selected Tirannwn. In fact, Tirannwn is the least popular region with only 7% of people selecting it. Okay, that's it. That's all I have for you today. If you want to tag along or are participating in this leagues and want to chat, feel free to subscribe or hit me up on Discord. I'll see you in the next episode.